Hi, YouTube. How is it going today? I'm really excited to be here and to talk a little bit more about Amazon coaching, Amazon publishing coaching today. So it's not an anti-MLM video, but I think it's still super interesting. And I definitely want to do a little bit more of the general business coaching topics. So look out for more of those topics for sure. I hope everyone's having a good week. I hope you're excited for the weekend. What are you doing this weekend? Let me know if you want. We are going to go and order some Domino's after this and probably hang out and watch a movie. So I'm really excited for that. So if you were here for my Amazon publishing video, we looked at a course called the Audiobook Impact Academy, run by the Mikkelsen twins, Rasmus and Christian. Rasmus and Christian, and they are coaching people who want to publish audiobooks on Amazon. And now I'm excited to watch two short videos, part of one video, and then a full 10-minute video about the mindset it takes for us to succeed in Amazon publishing. And quite a few of the things that these two men are saying are very similar to the mindset stuff that we hear in MLM. So I just find it interesting. This will be a shorter stream, but I'm really excited for it. And so I hope you guys like it. Yay, we have some friends here. How fun is this? Hi, Lisa. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. I hope you're having a good week and you have some nice plans on the weekend. Hi, Charlie. Hey, Mark. Thank you for joining me for a not anti-MLM video. I know it's not what I usually do, and so it's fun that I have a few friends here to watch the video with me. So this guy is one of the coaches with Audiobook Impact Academy, and you can see the title of the video, The Mindset It Takes to Become a 10K per month publisher, and that's on Amazon. Hey, Gary, how's it going? Thank you for joining. So this audio is quite quiet. Did I turn it off? Yeah, the audio is quite quiet. I blasted it up. Hopefully you can hear it, but I did turn on the subtitles as well. So I'm going to get started.
Hello, everyone. My previous video, Road to 50K, where I discussed how I'm going to take my publishing business to $50,000 a month by the end of the year. Others will know me from the course where I coach people on a daily basis and create content with Alex, my colleague, and do Q&A.
I hope you guys can hear. Let me know if it's too quiet, but you could read the subtitles too. But I'm out walking, so we'll mostly be listening. It's 62 degrees here today. Ooh, that's nice, right? Like, that's a nice temperature. I'm glad you're out walking, and I hope you enjoy it. Heather, maybe do one on Kirby vacuums. Tons of them on the tube. Maybe that's a good idea. Hey, Amanda, we're watching two mindset videos for people who want to publish books on Amazon.
Calls in the evening. So during my time as a coach, I have had the pleasure of working with many students. And one of the themes that comes up very regularly that holds people back is mindset. Mindset is fundamental to success. Will not be absolutely.
Those of you who actually have a small business, like an Etsy shop or a store or whatever it may be, to what level is mindset part of your day-to-day life as an entrepreneur? I can understand the connection to mindset in the sense that you're not going to make money right away if you open up your own brick and mortar store. So you have to know that you need to put in the time and the money up front in order to make money later. And I understand that, but the extent that what they're talking about here, like I just can't envision a normal entrepreneur environment, an average entrepreneur having to go through this kind of mindset training and have this much of a focus on our mindset. What do you think? If you have experience in that, let me know. Tell me if it's too loud or too quiet. I'm going to check on YouTube on my phone in case people are telling me it's too quiet and I'm just not seeing the message. I'm making them, I'm wet. I can't talk. I'm making a mess over here. There's a lot of stuff on my desk and I'm like hitting things. Des said, "Hey, hi, Des. Thank you for joining."
Absolutely guaranteed to be back. If you do not have a good mindset, you will not be successful. But what is mindset? Mindset is essentially how you see the world. And we are programmed from a very young age with different stimuli, voices, sounds, tastes, smells, colors, faces, all this kind of stuff, all the way through our lives up until we become adults, and it's relationships and experiences in business and finance and all this other stuff. So some of us can become quite jaded. Some of us can become quite skeptical. Some of us can be positive. Nevertheless, you need to have a good mindset in order to be successful in business. And one of the things that holds most of the students back here is how wrong. Now, in walks of life,
Similarly to MLM, if we're not finding success, it's because we have the wrong mindset, not because we are in the MLM context, not because we're in a fraudulent business structures, because of something within us. In this case, it's different because there's nothing fraudulent about posting your books on Amazon. There's nothing wrong inherently with doing that. I think it's great for aspiring writers and for people who are looking to just explore their writing abilities to post on Amazon. I think that's great. But why can't we say you may not be finding success because it's hard to make a lot of money doing this? Like, for example, one of our founders' wives, like his wife, had 8 books. She published 8 books, and she was making approximately $1,000 a month in residual income a year later. So if you want real residual income, you need to have, like, 20 books, and then maybe you'll be able to step away from your job. They should just say, like, you may not be succeeding because it's hard, because it's a lot of work, you need a lot of different skills, and it's hard. Does that make sense? 16.6 degrees Celsius. Ooh, yeah, that would be nice. It's chilly. It's actually not that bad here today, but it's cold in our house. Hi, Heather. Missed the beginning. Hi, Live Panic. Thank you for joining. I'm happy to see you here. Hello, everyone. I hope all is well. Hi, Sherry. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. Already it's a scam. Yeah, and already it's our fault that we're not succeeding with our Amazon publishing business. Even though it's hard, I feel. Anyone who's written anything professionally, it's hard to write professionally. And we know if you don't have the money to invest in a ghostwriter, you are going to have to write your books yourself. Ah, I'm clicking play and it's not playing.
there'll be different indicators or different things that you can tell whether or not you have the right or wrong mindset. As a coach, I've been able to put together a short list of the things that I see regularly that I
Mark said it's breaking up. Okay, I'm sorry. That's happened a few times, and I like look back at my videos and it's like freezing and stuff. I'm really sorry about that. Sometimes our internet is not great down here. I've avoided mindset training. I've had mentors try to get me to sign up, but after a good friend of mine told me it didn't help her business, I'll save my time and money. Oh, interesting. I have a 4-year-old mobile laundry business. How cool is that? That's awesome. Good job. And I'm sorry for to anyone who it's breaking up for. Ah, what the crap?
am able to spot either through behavior or things that people say that is indicative of having the wrong mindset. And if these things were addressed and fixed, those people could probably go on to be very successful at publishing or anything else they decided to do. Okay, so what are these things? Now, you'll be able to recognize some of these things in yourself, maybe, or in someone else. If you've got more than one of these traits, I strongly suggest that you try and rectify it because it will hold you back. But let's kick it off. The first one is the people who consider themselves being a know-it-all. Basically, you know the type, sort of people that go, yeah, no, I don't need to watch that lesson. I've done all this before. Or they're generally people who are a little bit older. I found in the course, people about my age actually, that they've been there, they've done it, they've got the t-shirt, they don't need to watch this lesson because they've done this before, and oh, I've had a business before, so I don't need to know about that. And you know what, it's the most frustrating thing in the world because they are the people who know the least. The people who think they know the most actually are the people that know the least. So don't be that person. If that's you, if you think these young fire twins the half they should take a leaf out of your book, you're wrong. you're flat wrong, and you're probably not going to make it. You need to be a blank canvas when you come here. You need to soak up information like a sponge. And coming in with that kind of attitude will do nothing but hold you back, and you'll probably quit and go on something else again that will fail. So
Why do we need to be a blank canvas when we come in to business training? It seems a little bit weird. It seems weird that we have to come in to audiobook training and just be ready to believe anything they say, to not question anything, to like what Charlie just said, you need to be coachable. Yeah, like just just take at face value what the Mikkelsen twins are saying as the standard, and no, you just have to follow what they say, and then that's how you'll find success. And also, maybe you are just not providing enough value for the people who are accessing your program, and that's why people think that they may know it all and that, like, the program is not necessarily valuable for them. And maybe they feel like it was you're charging too much money and you're not giving them as much information as you promised. So maybe it's not an issue with them. Maybe it's an issue with the Mikkelsen twins and with you as a coach. And maybe you need to take that feedback and that criticism and analyze if you need to improve your program. So I'm seeing in my on my internet, sometimes I'm getting like one or two dots. I'm sorry if I'm cutting out a lot. But I hope you guys can like get the main gist of what I'm saying and you're like it's not, like, ruining the experience. You have to give me a freebie when you open your store at the beginning. What do you mean, Mark? Is it referring to an earlier comment? I'm not sure. And then Charlie said you need to be coachable. And, just like in the MLM world, to be coachable means that you need to just listen to what the people are saying and not question it.
so don't do that. In my previous work, I've been around people who are setting up businesses regularly, and people used to ask me for my advice on what they should do, be the first thing they should do when setting up a business. My advice was always create a business plan. The business plan itself is a valuable document for any business to have, but the actual creation of that document is incredibly valuable for the person who's creating or the business owner. Through the creation of that document, you get to understand what your business is going to be, how it's going to work, what the finances are going to be like, who your customer is, who your competition is, etc., etc., etc. It's a complicated thing to put together sometimes, and I've written business plans that have taken me 15 or 16 attempts to get right. But the value is in the creation of that document. However, it's not a sexy thing to do. It's no fun. It's daunting. It's a lot of hard work. So when I would give people this advice, and they came back to me, or they look they because they do, and I get that to a point, but it's
I'm sorry. My whole screen just went blank. It's not working today. I'm sorry.
indicator of where their mind was. Their mind was having a sexy business card, telling their friends down the pub, and not actually getting on with the grind of doing the actual work. And although we don't really need a business plan for what we're doing in publishing, designing a logo, thinking of a company name, working on your company website, all that kind of stuff, it's absolutely not necessary. You don't need to think about it, but if you are, your head is not in the right space. You have the wrong mindset.
So he'll tell people to go and make a business plan, and then they'll come back with a company name and a logo, and that's because they don't have the right mindset. But then he just said you don't really need a business plan in order to publish on Amazon. So why are you giving people busy work that they don't actually need to do? And maybe the issue is not with them, it's with you because you didn't explain to them how to actually write a proper business plan. You did not give them the guidance and the teaching. And some people can't just go out and figure that out on their own. Some people need more direction. We hear this a lot in the MLM world as well, where people don't want to do that. People will say, upliners will say, my team doesn't want to do the hard work. They don't want to do the inviting and the following up. They just want to do the pretty posts on Instagram. And that's why we're not finding any success because you do not want to do the unsexy part of the business. And of course, it's different because Amazon publishing is not inherently a scam, it's not inherently fraudulent, but he is not assuming any fault, right? He is not evaluating whether or not he was a good teacher and a good coach and actually gave proper instructions. He's just assuming that the people are lazy. And I don't like it. You have to lure in customers with freebies slash deep discounts. Gotcha. Weren't the Mikkelsen twins involved in some other scam a few years back? I seem to remember something. Does anyone know? I do not know. If anyone else knows, let us know.
Other people come into the course and they are skeptical. And I understand that. If you're going to spend a lot of your money and your time on a course that you found online, you want to know it's the real thing. There's a lot of, to be honest, deals and all this kind of stuff. So you want to do your due diligence, understand that the Mikkelsen twins are who they say they are, and AIA is what it says it is. And there are people out there doing very well at publishing, and there are, by the way. So you do your due diligence, you join the course, and yet you're still looking for verification. So this is a problem. And I see this a lot. I mean, we all do. All the coaches see this a lot. It's when people are still looking for verification. They still want to speak to people earning a lot of money. They still want to know it's in a scam. And okay, I get it. But once they've actually spoken to some people and they've seen evidence of it, they're still digging around and trying to find fault and looking for contradictions and things like that. This is the wrong mindset. And those people generally don't make it. And the reason that they do this, and the reason a lot of people try and find fault in the tools that they use, is because they are setting themselves up to have it to use later when their friends and peers and family say, "What happened to that publishing thing you were doing?" And they can go, "Oh yeah, it's just another internet scam or whatever." It never was. It never is. It's just those are the kinds of people that need excuses and they need to have something to fall back on when it gets difficult and they decide they don't have an appetite for it anymore. Wrong mindset. Wouldn't be that.
So people looking for verification that it's not a scam, it's not because you are not proving that it's not a freaking scam. You are not providing value. It's because they are just looking for an excuse to give when it does not succeed. And in what world is verifying the quality of the program you just spent $2,000 on a negative thing? We know in MLM, they do not want us to research, they do not want us to investigate our new company, our new industry. They want us to just jump in. So we have to go into the Audiobook Impact Academy without questioning anything, without wondering if the instructions they're giving us are valuable. We just have to take it at face value and be coachable, like Charlie said earlier. I just googled their scam, fairly juicy. Ooh. Can you give us like a two-line summary of it? If I opened a pizza place, I would give everyone that came into my store a free piece for 2 weeks. It's called the puppy dog close. Ooh, interesting.
That guy or that woman. Um, and this leads on to something else. And this is the thing that really, really gets my goat. This winds me up more than anything else there is so far. And I can get annoyed quite easily, but this one gets me really going. And that is about entitlement. Um, there are people who can do publishing and within a short period of time earn quite a money. Those people, but I have kids. I didn't have a full job. So I was able to throw myself into it and do 12, 15 hour days very regularly over months and months. And within 6 months, I was earning a nice income.
But didn't we hear before that it's really easy to make good money here and it's passive residual income and anyone can do it? But he's just saying within 6 months he made good money because he was devoting 12 or 15-hour days to it. That's really contradictory to what we're told in MLM companies as well. They'll say it's easy residual income, and then you get in and you realize, it's not actually residual income unless I have 6 million people in my downline. And in this case, you can't achieve residual income right away. You will only achieve it if you don't have kids or responsibilities and you can just focus on creating as many books as you possibly can. And it has to be like at least 20, right? Because 8 books, like one of the founder's wife was able to write and collect residual income off of, she made like $1,000 a month on it for a year. That's not money that you can quit your job for.
And a lot of my colleagues are the same. However, people are different. They have different responsibilities. Some people have a full-time job, they come home, they've got to put the kids to bed, and then maybe they'll have an hour in the evening to do it. So it's really relative. And that's not a problem. It takes as long as it takes. What I have a problem with is when people feel entitled to be earning earning $10,000 a month within 6 months of joining the course. That level of entitlement really gets me going. And if they're not doing it, it's a scam or it's a con. And the reason they're not doing it is because they haven't put the time in, they haven't put the effort in, or they think they should get something for nothing. This is a real business that we're creating here. This is a real future. And like any business, you have to invest your time, energy, and you have to make sacrifices. And if you're not prepared to do that, you will fail. And if you expect to do it without that, you have the wrong mindset. And not only will you quit, you probably shouldn't join. You should go somewhere else, get into Bitcoin or play the lottery or whatever it is you decide to do. This isn't for you. Just remember, we are building a business, and you have to understand this is a business like any other. It takes a lot of hard. Yes, you can earn a lot of money within 6 months if you apply yourself, but if you don't, you won't. Let me give you a way of.
So we think that we're entitled to really big financial success within 6 months because we have the wrong mindset and we want to make money without actually putting in the work. We hear that all the time in MLM, where uplines will wonder why people in their downline are questioning why they're not making money right away. And this is not a get rich quick scheme. So why do you think you can just make money right off the bat? And they assume it's an issue with the individual being lazy and being entitled, but maybe it's an issue with how you're representing the opportunity. Maybe, sir, people think they're going to make lots of money right away because Christian and Rasmus and you are not representing it properly. And you're saying that you can make residual income right away without much work. It doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what kind of skills you have. You can make this work and make lots of money. When you are telling people how easy something is and how quickly they're going to make money, and then you come back and you question why they think it's easy for them to make money, that's not our fault. That's your fault. I know these are different industries. One is a scam, the other one is not. But the way they're representing their industry right now is very similar to how MLM coaches and distributors represent MLMs. Why am I getting annoyed? It's fine. I always give new clients the first 15 pounds for free. It only takes one visit to get them hooked on fresh, clean laundry. Oh, cool. And then Mark said, Des, great. Yes. Go play the lottery. How rude, right? Because we're lazy assholes who just want to make money without having to do anything. And that's why we're entitled. Maybe when we receive criticism, sir, we need to look inward, critically analyze what we're doing, and determine whether or not we need to make improvements. In this case, sir, yes, you do. You need to improve how you represent your opportunity. Mm-mm.
This. When you leave school, you might go to college, then you might leave college and then go to university. That might be 3 or 4 years. Okay, that's it. University, you go, you'll be 8. Might have a $10,000 a month. I think unlikely. If you're left university and within 2 years you're earning $120,000 a year, you're not watching this video. So it doesn't matter. You're not the person I'm talking to. Well done, whoever you are. But for the rest of us, it's not reality. But that's 8 years and a lot of student debt to not be earning $10,000 a month. So where does this entitlement come from? I don't get it. So just don't be that person. Yes, you can do it, and you're lucky that we've got something here that can be done, but it's not your right. You have to do the grind like anything else. So I think that's it.
That's a dick ass thing to say. You're like, you go through all this debt to get through university and not make $10,000 a month. And so, why are you so entitled to make $10,000 a month here? I think even if they're not misrepresenting the opportunity, if they're showing all of these people making all this money doing publishing and following their program and really holding them up on a pedestal, whatever the word is, I think it's natural for someone to strive to achieve that too and to want to replicate that success so they can also get that positive attention and reinforcement. Stop. I think like it's gaslighting people in my opinion because they're told one thing to get them through the door, and then when they're behaving and reacting based off of what they were told, they're being told that they're lazy and entitled and they just don't want to do the work, and so that's why they're failing. Not because it's hard, and if you don't have the money to hire a writer and a graphic designer, you're gonna have to do all that yourself, so if you're not an exceptional writer, you are going to have a really bad book.
In terms of my list, that's the things that I come across a lot. They're the things that hold people back. If you recognize any of those things in you, please do try and adjust it. The ideal way to be or to aim for is to be a blank canvas ready to soak up information with no preconceptions, no ideas. Have your
Why do we need to be a blank canvas? Why can't we come in to this program with the skills and the knowledge we already have and build off of that? Like, I have a specific kind of writing experience. I could come in with that already developed, and I don't know what I'm trying to get at. Like, why can't we use our past skills and experience to find success in this program? That seems weird. Why do we need to be a blank canvas? Mark, we looked at it a little while ago and it was like $4,000, I think, for a year, on sale for $2,000. So it's a big investment, and they do provide a good amount of programs and services, but it's a big investment, especially if you don't already have pre-existing skills or knowledge in the area.
dreams, have your motivation and all the thing, but don't let it get in the way. Watch all the content in the order that it's presented. Ask questions when you need to. There are plenty of us coaches there to help you. And if you're thinking about joining the course, please also understand that there is a way to be successful, and it's not to feel that it's your entitled right, and it's not to feel that you know more than you're going to get taught. So I'll stop my rant there. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I have done another video recently called The Road to 50K, which again, I talked about how I'm going to take my business to $50,000 a month. We'll be creating another video for that very soon. If you want to know more about what we do on the course, there is a link in the description below where we detail exactly what we do and offer about it. Please watch.
Interesting. It's interesting that they have coaches just like Rank Makers does, right? And I wonder how much these coaches actually make, how much they're expected to work. And like, I think Julie Anderson said something along the lines of like, the Rank Makers coaches make $25 for a half-hour call, but then the price to get that coaching is, I don't remember the exact amount, really, really high. And so Ray Higdon would pocket the rest of the profit. So Sherry said on sale. I bet that sale runs all the time, right? Right. And so they all of these business coaching people will give exorbitant values to each aspect of their coaching program. And so I think the value of the Audiobook Impact Academy coaching, like all the services combined, they said something like $56,000. And I'm like, barf, yeah, right, that's not true. He's a smug fella. Yes, I completely agree. We're gonna watch a couple minutes of another video, and then we're going to wrap this up. I hope you are enjoying the video despite the fact that it's like I don't have the greatest connection right now. So this is one of the founders. I think this is Christian Mikkelsen. He's telling us how to make 10K a month on Amazon, the actual secret. And I'm starting at little ways into the video because he's showing a little calendar that his brother made of his brother's baby and him. And it was really cute. He was like being a really proud uncle. He's like, that's a cute ass baby. And I'm like, that's how I would talk about a cute baby too. And I don't know, it was relatable and nice, but I don't want the baby's picture on my channel. So we're just skipping it to the part where he starts to tell us the magical secret. I'm excited.
Okay. The secret how to relate is the related thing. Don't this actually the inspiration for this was triggered by an email that we got today or yesterday, and we've gotten emails like this many times before. But I'm gonna leave him anonymous. This dude sent an email so long he could have fucking published it as his own book and started making money. But instead, as an email. But I took.
We've heard shit like that before with MLMs. Well, they'll be like, instead of being negative in this group, instead of like watching Netflix with your husband, you should be working on your business. You should be inviting people. You should be productive. Like you just said, he wrote an email and it was so long he could have made it into a book and made money on Amazon. I feel like there's a lot of similarities between what these men say and the MLM industry.
The time, listen, I took the time to read this book long of an email, and I sent a 22-minute long video response to him. So don't anyone ever tell us they don't care about helping people. You guys wouldn't say that, but we get emails on the daily calling us horrible names, man. It's bad about how we're horrible people because we charge money for our time and our knowledge. Crazy concept. Huh?
Nothing wrong with charging money for your time and knowledge. The wrong thing is when you're misrepresenting your opportunity to such an extent that people go into it thinking that they'll make easy money because you say they will, and then gaslighting them when they ask you a question and wonder why they're not making easy money. I wouldn't have an issue with this if you just represented it appropriately and you said if you don't have money to purchase, if you don't have money to hire a ghostwriter and a cover and a graphic designer for the cover, you're going to have to figure out how to do that stuff yourself. And if you're not a great writer and you don't have graphic design skills, you may struggle to make any money on your books. And if they represented it if they in all their conversations they represented it like how he's going to in a few minutes, I don't think I'd have an issue with it. That's not why you're horrible, right? And why are you being so defensive, man? And maybe if numerous people are telling you that you're a horrible person and that you are scamming people, maybe you need to examine what you're doing. Maybe you need to critically analyze your behavior and how you're representing your opportunity, sir. Christian. Julie spent $800 a month. Okay. Yes, she did. You're right. And so, where's that other money going to in bank makers if those poor coaches are only making $25 per half hour? Ray is something else for sure.
Anyway, this dude sent an email, and here's what he said. This was just one sentence of his a novel long email. I have one more last shot left in life before I end up working at a dead-end minimum wage job at grocery stores or food restaurants as they're the only people hiring. I have to fire this last shot ever so carefully. I've gotten emails like this many times before by saying to us, listen, I've tried so many things. This is my last opportunity, the last thing I could try. If not this, you would think they die, as if someone's going to murder them if they don't make this work. Why do you have one?
Sir, no one's going to die, but what if they're in a desperate financial situation? What if their kid needs surgery and they're in the United States where surgeries or like healthcare is expensive and they don't have insurance and they need to make this work or their kid is not going to have surgery? What if they're not privileged AF and they need this to work right now? What if they are desperate? And I don't like how you're being condescending and rude to this person. Yes, you're anonymous. You're making them anonymous, but they're going to know. They're going to know that you're talking about them. And I don't like it. I don't like it, Christian. Heather is our MLM mentor. This one's a smug one as well. I completely agree with you, Charlie. Yeah. They're not very likable. He was likable at the beginning of this video. So if you want to go and watch it, like the first part, there was some relevant parts at the very beginning, and then he showed his nephew, and I didn't want to show the baby, but you can just do like Mikkelsen Twins, how to make 10K a month on Amazon, and then you can see at the beginning with his nephew, he was a bit more likable. I can't talk today.
To do this, unless you're 85 years old, you might have a point. But if you're anything under 60 years old, you don't have one shot to do this. You have as many shots in the world. And that is the secret that I want to get to. The secret to making $10,000, $100,000, $1 million a month, however much, is to not stop working toward until you fucking achieve it. So
the secret to making $1 million a month publishing your books on Amazon is just keep doing it until you achieve it. What does that sound like? Mark just said they're copying MLMs. Mark, I completely agree because that's the exact same thing we hear constantly in MLMs. The only way you're going to fail is if you stop working. If you just keep pushing towards your goal, you will achieve it. Just keep going. Because if you spend 1,000,000 years on something, then like you're going to make $1 million automatically. He makes me mad.
saying that you have one last shot to give at this, you instantly have 0% chance, because the first time you try anything is never ever going to work. So if I'm gonna give it one shot, well, you don't stand a chance, because shit doesn't work the first time you try it. This guy also in his email talked about how I've tried X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D. He tried 10 different things and none of them worked. If you had kept going on at any of these things, any of them could have been massively successful. But the problem is, a lot of times when people jump into something and they don't see instant success, they fail the first try something, it's instantly like, I knew it. I knew it. This shit doesn't work. So this is honestly the
But why can't you say that? Why can't you say your first audiobook, you're probably not gonna make any money, you will probably not get many reviews, so just have reasonable expectations, we'll help you through it, we'll help you learn from your mistakes, and your second one may be a bit better, and then you'll get, like, your legs underneath you during your third one, and that's when you may make a little bit of money. Why can't you just say that and be honest, and then less people would expect to make lots of money right away? This is a you problem, Christian. This is not people in your company, in your training programs problem. You're just being dishonest. Funny how people are figuring out how to use MLM tactics in other areas. Yes. Yes, I completely agree. So he's saying like Christian saying that the man who emailed him is failed because the other ventures because he quit. And then it's like, well, what if he spent 6 years in an MLM company, did exactly what he was told, and didn't make any money, so he left? That he quit because he wasn't making any money. It's not like he failed because he quit.
number one biggest problem that we see. And I feel like I could say that the things I say have a lot of weight simply because we've worked with a ton of people. We've worked with thousands of students now in our AIA program. So tons of newbies coming through, but a lot of people come in and they get absolutely nothing out of it. And it's because they're expecting to try something once and it to just work out from there. But the truth is, the first time you do anything, you're going to suck at it. It's going to be shit. And here's the beautiful part about that. That's okay. Try it again. 5 at it.
It's different because this is not inherently a scam. Their coaching, I think it classifies as a scam. Amazon publishing, no, but they want you to keep trying and keep pushing, even if you're not making any money, because he wants you to continue buying into his services and continue accessing his coaching. Because at some point, if you just stay in long enough, you will achieve your dreams. And in the MLM context, they'll say that you're not making any money right now because you don't have the right mindset. You are not inviting people with the correct intention. If you just stay in longer, you will improve. Because he's technically not wrong. If we do a task long enough, we will improve. We will get better at it, like riding a bike or like me talking on the internet to people about scams. If those of you who've been around for a while, I was super awkward. I still am awkward, but I've improved. I've vastly improved even from like a month ago, especially from a year ago, because I did it more. I did it often and I got better. But in this context, it just keep going and you'll get better. Well, not necessarily, sir. If we don't have money to hire a writer and we're not a good writer, it doesn't matter how many times we try to write a book. Doesn't matter. We are not going to improve if we're not a good writer. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you don't write for a profession, your writing a book is not going to get better. What do you think about that? Just another parasite slash douchebag. I agree, Gary. I agree.
It's still going to be pretty bad, but again, that's okay. This is a learning process. Then you try it again. Okay. Now, let's say you're publishing a book, then your third book. Okay, now you actually get some traction on it because the first 2 books, you learn from your mistakes. You learn that, if I pay $5 for a cover, it's probably not going to turn out that well. or if I have a title that doesn't actually have search terms in it that people are searching to find books on this topic, it's probably not going to work. And if I don't get any reviews on my books, it's also not going to work. So the first one, you make a ton of mistakes, you make no money. That should be your expectation, that the first one's going to be a major flop. When you have that expectation,
Christian, do you tell people who enter your stupid academy that their first book is going to flop? Stop gaslighting, because you tell them they're going to make lots of money, and then you wonder why they question you when they don't make money. It's your fault.
success rate quadruples. And then the second book you try, you learn from your mistakes, you get better, then you get incrementally better. Doesn't mean the second time you try it, it's suddenly going to work the way you had imagined, or even the third time, or even the fourth time. That's not the point. The point is that you keep on trying again until the shit fucking works for you. As long as you keep.
Not everyone has the privilege to keep paying into your coaching program and to keep, if they actually have the money to do so, to keep paying ghostwriters and graphic designers to develop their books. Not everyone has that financial capacity to do that. You keep telling people to try again, but what if it's a young family with 3 kids and both parents are working in like minimum wage jobs, or they're a student and they literally don't have the money to just keep trying again? Yes, the Amazon publishing is lower risk than fulfillment by Amazon, sure, but there's still money involved. Your coaching still has money involved. So not everyone has the money just lying around to continue putting towards these books, especially if they're not making anything.
Keep on trying, making mistakes, and just getting better, learning from your mistakes. Like I was saying, you're going to eventually achieve the goals, because it's literally possible not to. It's humanly impossible not to. The only thing that can stop you is death, is that you die. So I like to say that success is literally inevitable if you allow it to be. Okay.
He makes me so mad. He makes me mad. Dang it, I'm like, "Hi, DC, thank you for joining." Yeah, we have, like, a minute left of this video, then I'm gonna go eat Domino's. I'm really, really excited about it, but yeah, we just watched 2 short videos from guys in the Audiobook Impact Academy who help teach people how to publish audiobooks on Amazon, telling us about the mindset it takes for us to achieve success, and we just heard if we keep pushing towards our goals, and even if our first, second, third, fourth book fails, as long as we just keep trying, we keep pushing, we will find success. It is impossible to not find success. I'll catch the replay after I finish the rest of the stream with everyone here. Thank you, DC. That is so nice of you. And I always say this when DC's in my stream, but she is fantastic. I probably watch DC the most often, next to like Amy, Amy Yor, and Julie Anderson. They're probably my 3 top people right now. But go watch DC. Very, very educational, engaging videos. Oh, Live Panic said hi to DC, and then DC said hi, Live Panic. Okay, we're almost done.
One of the things we're about is taking full accountability for yourself, everything in your life. The good, the bad, the ugly, is all your fault. It might not literally be your fault. Yeah, there are outside factors that come into play, but act as if everything is your fault, because when everything in your life is because of you, control over life.
So if you follow Christian's teachings to the T, like the man before us said, if you watch the lessons in the order that they were developed and you do exactly what they're told, you hire a good writer, you hire a good graphic designer, you have a good title, but you still don't make any money, it's still your fault. It's nothing to do with the teachings of the head guys. It's nothing to do with the fact that it's really hard, really, really hard to make full-time money publishing books on Amazon. It's your fault. No, it's just hard. Just tell us it's hard. Just be honest. Just be honest. Success is inevitable is the biggest lie he told. I completely agree, Lisa. Completely.
start pointing fingers and blaming things and things like that, you have no control because it's not you, it's that's affecting it. Okay. Like this video if you watch to the end. Drop the this is always really hard. I want to use a different emoji than we ever use. The licking emoji, the tongue emoji. Drop that in the comment section below if you watched to the end. And also, don't just put the emoji. Last I asked for it, people just put the emoji and that was it. Put the emoji and a sentence saying what you thought about the video. Okay, please do that, and we read all the comments. So that's it. Subscribe if you haven't, and that's the end of this video. Okay, bye.
So an emoji and then have a sentence about the video. So Christian, there's the emoji. My sentence is, I wish you were honest when you represent the business opportunity. I wish you said it was hard to make money on Amazon, because it is, unless you either have lots of money or you are like a brilliant, amazing writer. Just say that. Just be honest. I feel like I've said the same thing 1,000 times. Oh my God, so desperate of him, right? So he's a coach who just tells you to figure it out yourself, and you suck if you don't figure it out. That's another similarity. Isn't it interesting how in, like, say, Beachbody, I've heard, what's his name? Oh my God. DC, what's the name of the guy who does the recognition in the National Wake Up Calls? Daryl. He literally told us, go figure out all the changes to Beachbody. Like, just go figure it out. Go figure it out yourself. And then if you have questions or you don't understand something because the changes to Beachbody were complicated, then it's your fault because you're not taking initiative and you're not trying to be an independent business owner. I don't know what my point was. I'm just getting annoyed. But you're totally right. We're Thank you for joining, though. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry for not knowing how to say your name. For fuck's sakes, right? I completely agree. My sentence, get a haircut, get a real job. George Thorogood. Yes, Daryl. Yes, I like him. Daryl seems like a really nice guy, but I think I literally named that video Go Figure It Out because he said, go figure out all the changes to Beachbody yourself. And like, some people are able to do independent work, independent research like that. Not everyone has that capacity. Some people need guidance and direction. They need to be like, go to this website and look up this, and this will help you. Some people can't function like that, right? And so he's just saying, like, as long as you just keep going, you will find success. Maybe they need more guidance. Maybe they aren't able to work completely independently. And maybe there's something wrong with your coaching in your program if they're not able to make 10K a month on Amazon. Right? I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot. So that's all I have for today. It was a bit of a shorter stream, but thanks, Gary. Oh, no, I won't go into everybody. I used to thank everyone, but I feel like I'll miss someone. But thank you, everyone, for joining me on this little stream and for watching my non-anti-MLM content. I really appreciate that. It's really cool. And I want to do I was going to say Amway video. There's a good one about how to be a platinum, how to be the best platinum ever in Amway, and I think it'll be a really good one. I think it'll be a good video, and I might do that tomorrow night or Sunday night. So if you're free, you can join. Okay. Have fun eating dinner. Pizza. Thank you, Sherry. I'm off to Google the twins. Thanks for the video. Have a great evening. You're welcome, Charlie. Thank you for joining. It's always super nice to see you here. Bye, Lisa. Thanks. Another good one. Amanda said it felt like an MLM video. Yeah, it's not an anti-MLM video, but a lot of it's the same shit. You're right. There's a guy who does Amazon stuff. He used to date Jesse Lee Ward. I can send you his name and his training. Yes, please. Yes, please. That would be awesome. Thank you. So that's all I have. Bye, Live Panic. Thank you. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night or Sunday night. Bye.